This afternoon, we're continuing our coverage of the lack of eating disorder treatment care in Vermont and potential solutions. Last night, Kat Villanzoni took you inside the brand new COM Center for Eating Disorders in Burlington's Chase Mill. It's the first intensive outpatient care offered in the state. Previously, people who needed that higher level of treatment had to go out of state, and a recent report to lawmakers says this is just the start of what's needed. But as Kat found out, the COM Center says the process they went through to open may turn other providers off from coming to the state.
Another finding the report made was that Vermont needs more intensive outpatient services opening up around the state to fill the need for eating disorder treatment. But the COM Center says the state's healthcare regulatory hurdles might be making it too difficult for smaller providers. Nick Com tells me it took him at least 2 years of work on his end to get through the Green Mountain Care Board's Certificate of Need process, starting with a 308-page application. He tells us it was hard to understand and the legal fees were substantial for a specialized lawyer who understood how it worked. He says he worries that other providers who might be interested in bringing help here will look at Vermont and decide it's not worth the hassle.
It's just not a process that like a normal, intelligent, hardworking person can get through by themselves. It's very lengthy, it's expensive, it's exhausting. And it's a massive barrier to entry, honestly. It's too much. I mean, so many people look at it and they're like, no way, I'm not coming to Vermont to do that. Yeah.
Was there ever a point in the process where you thought, this is too much and I might just not do this?
There were moments when I was definitely pulling my hair out.
He wants to see lawmakers or the board raise the level of annual operating expense that triggers the Certificate of Need process from $500,000 to $3 or $5 million to enable smaller providers to open up new higher levels of eating disorder care more easily, or get rid of the Certificate of Need process entirely like New Hampshire did in 2016. The Green Mountain Care Board tells me Certificate of Need laws were put in place to make sure that new medical providers meet criteria around public good, need, access, cost, quality, and alignment with healthcare reform goals. And there are certain timelines Vermont law dictates they follow in the process. In a statement, their general counsel said in part, while we strive to review applications as expeditiously as possible, we also have to make sure that the board has the information it needs to properly evaluate each healthcare project against the review criteria. They also told me the COM Center's review was longer because they had questions about some of the devices used in their treatment of eating disorders, and they needed a professional opinion. In the studio, Kat Villanzoni, Channel 3 News.